Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland, he, him. I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play show.
Flaps.
We are finishing up our second arc of the Mazes role-playing game from 9th Level Games. Mazes is a modern take on the classic fantasy dungeon RPG. We are currently playing through the Tomb of Black Sand because we wanted to show off the weird fantasy highlights that Mazes does really well. If you haven't watched the opening episodes to this arc, please jump back 2 episodes so you can catch up with how we got here, where we're going, and more details on these characters. But we want to get right into the action to wrap up this story arc. So we're going to quickly go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves, their character, and what die type they are using. So let's start with our first mind player.
Hi, I'm Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers, and I am playing Artemisia, aka Artie. I am the Vanguard, rolling those lovely d6s.
And let's move on to our next mind player.
Hello, my name is Ethan Eichset Anderson, he, him, and I am playing Hard Farg, the fighter using the D8.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi there, I'm Jordan Fishburne, she, her, and I am playing Rebeza, the Sentinel, utilizing a D10.
And let's finish off with our final mind player of the evening.
Hi, I'm Jenny Higgins, she, her, and I am playing Auntie, the Paragon character, using the D4.
Now, when we last left our heroes, they were making their way through the Tomb of Black Sand after having discovered the temple that the wizard Bargle the Black was drawing power from to power his transformation into a demi-lich. They had just discovered the second piece of a amulet of Saint Anya that they need to stop this process. Unfortunately, it was around the neck of an animated piece of armor, which has now grabbed Hard Farg. So I'm going to spend a point of darkness to summon the creature. Dink! Farg, you said you were going to hit it right back, right?
I would like to grab it back.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a blades check here.
Blades. Got a 4.
Okay, is that a hit?
Yes.
All right, so go ahead, and now you want to roll your dice for effect, which is how much damage that you do. So it's the same die type, but you're actually going to be rolling at disadvantage because the creature has the armored edge, which means that any damage, any effect that you do to it is at disadvantage.
5 and a 2.
Okay, so you're doing 2 points of effect, which means that you grab it, you grab it by the throat, and the two of you kind of spin around and tussle for a bit, and it ends up with you smashing its helmet off, but the armor, which is actually full of black sand, is now fighting you. Who wants to go next?
Oh my.
I'll get my myself in there.
Okay.
I'll come in with my hammer and give a nice little swingy swing.
Okay. Give me a blades check, please.
Yeah. That's a 6. That'll do it.
All right, so go ahead and roll that same dice for effect. You are also disadvantaged.
Cool. One of those is a 1.
Okay. A resonating hit on the back that causes the armor to stumble forward. But mostly it's there for the dent.
Can I kind of like swoop around it and then pull it off balance?
Okay. Give me a blades check.
Hoping for boots, that's fine.
Was that? I'm sorry?
I was hoping for boots.
Oh.
'Cause it's all like
no,
agile and
that's fine.
stuff.
Go ahead and roll boots.
Yes. Boots 4.
So it's now got an off balance, which means that the next person who hits it is going to cancel out the disadvantage. Is that you, or do you want it to go?
Well, that would be me. But I've
Throw
got
a book at it.
I know, right? I have nothing to hit it with.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I know, but I should help my friends instead of just standing there saying, "Oh, I'll wait till this is done." This isn't really my thing. I imagine that I can. I will try and further pull it with by using one of my many scarves.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Give me a boots check here.
Okay. No.
Okay. So that means that you're going to take a heart of damage.
Okay.
Actually, everybody who's in the fight subtract 1 heart already, because you automatically lose 1 because you're jostling around and taking minor hits and all that stuff.
Okay.
But you're going to take a second one,
Okay.
and Ethan is going to take a second one. And now, who wants to go first this round?
I'll jump in. How are you guys doing on hearts? Okay. Stop fighting.
You go sit in the corner.
I'm realizing that
Find other weird nonsense to do.
I may be making this worse. I am going to get out of the way.
You said it's not at disadvantage this time?
I'm sorry?
You said it's not at disadvantage this time, or she was not at disadvantage?
She didn't hit, so
I
it
didn't
still
hit.
hasn't.
Okay.
That still hasn't gone off.
Okay. If I have an edge that's accurate, if I attack at a distance, can I have advantage?
Yes.
Because it's not. Okay, perfect. I'll do that. I'll back up and I'll throw my hammer at him.
Okay.
Four works.
Okay. And so now roll effect.
9.
Nice.
All right. Your thrown hammer smashes into it. The pieces of the armor fall apart. Clang, 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 thud, thud, thud.
I
Knocking
go
it prone. Help.
and pick up my hammer and just start flattening the pieces.
My dear, I think it's done.
It won't be able to stand back up if more sand gets in there.
Fair enough.
Clang, clang, clang.
How are you feeling, Hardfog? Is your throat, throttled?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
All right then.
Auntie, how are you feeling?
Oh, I've been better, darling.
Uh,
We can make healing rolls. Right?
You take your heart's damage, and then when you run out of hearts, you take a condition, and then that kind
Okay,
of refills everything.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah,
is healing more of a downtime thing?
Yeah.
I'll be
Um,
fine.
All right.
No, you stay behind me.
Now,
Auntie.
do we try to
That's very
sneak into
sweet.
the next room, or do we bust in?
We
We do have all these clothes.
We could Scooby-Doo run.
We could do that.
So this area is like an interconnected sort of area of rooms, and what your observation tells you is that each one of these rooms has one of those little sand portals, and from what you can tell, this is the sorting area for the bodies that are processed in the rooms in the front. So like, the sand comes up in the room that you were in, that's where all the clothes go. And then the sand comes up and that's where all the weapons go. And then the next room is where the sand comes up and that's where other, bits and pieces, like paper goes and things like that.
A sorting stomach.
Yes, basically.
Like a cow.
So we can check through here a little bit more just to make sure we didn't miss anything.
He already found the amulet.
Well, no, you have 2 pieces of it. You need
Right.
4.
But he found the piece that was in this room.
Yes.
But there might be. I mean, my concern, the reason I say is because if this is the sorting area, if another person had grabbed another piece, it might have turned up here, even if it
fair
had
enough.
originally been in another
Alright.
room. That's probably wrong. But
Worth a try.
Give me why don't you give me a books check? Or are you going to loudly send the books person to do it?
I think this is an idea. Do we think that might be appropriate or correct?
Yes, I have a 2.
Lovely.
You do not find another piece of the amulet.
Oh, that
But
was a
what
lot
you
fast.
do find
Ah.
is a
grimoire saying exactly how to kill Bargle.
and the answer is
Stab.
send Rebecca.
My Achilles Heel by Bargle.
Just
One of
something
the-
about her.
One of the walls, like you think it's kind of the like assorted area because there are items on shelves that don't fit into the broad categories of like clothes, weapons, valuables. There's like a couple of like brooches, there's like a teddy bear, there's like a couple of mugs, and on the ground you also see scrapes, as if the door swings open one way.
A
Ah.
secret door.
Oh, this is fun.
That was a great find, Auntie.
Well, at least I can help a little.
You have such great ideas.
You're such an excellent inspiration.
Hardfog, do you want to open the door?
I was thinking that if we were looking for more amulets, we could drop our amulet into the sorting pit and see where it ends up.
But then we might lose it.
But then your clothes might end up here, and you will end up in the mystery of this place.
But you'd be with Brian.
Ian.
I did like.
Right, yes, Ian.
Yes.
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 Good guy.
Yeah.
That's cold. You could almost say burr.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay, thank you.
You're going through the secret door?
Yes, I'm going through the secret.
All right.
Secret doors.
Well, the secret door is apparently where the good stuff is kept.
Ooh.
You come into a room full of chests that are overflowing with gold and silver coin. There's a statue of Saint Anya that you look like was probably taken from the temple that is covered in gold. And there is another door that leads out of this room. So there's another, so you don't have to go back the way you came. So
Dope. Do we get treasures from finding this
yeah,
room?
I'm thinking of how much treasures I should give you.
All of them.
Alls of it?
How many did we spend to get here? 8?
Can we get extra if Artie figures out how to conceal that statue of Artemisia or
Artie can
of
figure
Saint
that out.
Anya on her person.
Artie can figure that out. Secret. I've got a secret.
So I'm going to say you guys get 4 treasures out of this.
Ooh,
One each.
thank you.
Ooh. I was really worried about not having any treasures, honestly. I don't know if I
We
was,
still had some left.
but those were like our pooled treasures, so I was trying not to take out of them
Fair enough.
because I do magic a lot, and that's how I do. You could use it to just make it succeed, and I don't want to
Fair enough.
just take everybody's stuff.
Fair enough.
So, they're going through the door into the next room.
Yes.
This room, for lack of a better term, stinks. It smells of rot and death and metallic smoke. There are skeletons, bloodstained skeletons that are scattered across the floor.
The bone room.
And there are meat hooks that are dangling from the ceiling.
Can't take you two anywhere.
It's the bone zone. The meat hooks kind of killed the mood, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do we see any obvious amulets? Without touching them yet.
Who has which amulet?
I have the first one.
Hard fart.
I have the second one.
The two of them are kind of pulling you past this room into another one.
My dear friends, my pocket is pulling us that way.
Let's follow it.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe it'll smell
Always
better.
follow the pocket.
Sure.
All right.
Sounds kind of greedy, but
Out of this foul room, hopefully.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it wasn't deeper in this room.
Yeah.
Oh.
In this room, like you go through the door, and it's an absolute shift from the scent of flesh to heady floral scents.
This is nearly as unpleasant.
There is a messy table in the middle of the room that's covered in papers and books and a mortar and pestle and broken jars.
Ugh, I could recognize that handwriting.
There's a star chart on the wall. And there are the two big doors leading out of the room match the same doors that you saw that had the full moon. You sussed it. It looks to be Bargle's personal chamber.
He never does the Centauri constellation right in any of his work. It's shameful.
It appears that way, yes.
I point at the star chart and I'm like, look how sloppy.
So sloppy. I absolutely clocked that the minute we walked into the room.
It's like he doesn't even use a telescope to look at them. He
No
just throws it on there with a ruler without double checking the alignment of the year. It's whatever.
What a guy.
And it smells awful pretty in here, too.
It's just too many scents.
Too many. Now, how about...
The more sense you have, the smarter you are.
They do say that.
He would think that.
There are three smaller rooms that are located in this area. One looks to be something of like a personal library. One seems to be like an altar or a prayer space, and one is has a stone throne in it.
He fancies himself a king, I see.
He would.
Would you like to throw a stone at the stone throne?
Is there a hole in it?
We should end the quest how we began. With a thrown stone at a stone throne.
Why throw a stone in it?
Because you threw a stone in the first. Never mind.
I go check out the throne. The throne room.
It's made of black granite. It is ornately carved with birds and feathers. And there is a silver loop that hangs on one of the corners of the arms. That's roughly that big.
Circlet.
Oh, we don't think they're of a size for the,
No.
Okay.
I pick it up. Does it feel like it's got any magical properties that I can...
Oh,
suss
you
out?
can tell Bargle's magic powers anywhere, and this is definitely something that he made.
You should crush it.
Yeah, your grip changes to this. Like,
No, more like a crushing, clenched fist around this circlet. Can I truly just like...
Give this torque some torque.
Yeah, I want to just...
If you want to bust it, go ahead.
I want to,
Or
like...
do you want to find out what it does first?
I should, shouldn't I? I'll try to suss out what it does. Am I able to find that out magically? Or do I need to...
Give me a books check.
oh, cool.
And this is not one. Well,
I should probably do one books check.
I can't just hand them off to you every time.
I believe in you.
That's a 7.
You have no idea what it does.
I feel as if he put it here, he does mean to use it. Should I put it on?
Well, is it a trap? Is he smart enough to trap?
Does he think I would deign to wear one of his awful, disgusting creations?
And does he think anyone would actually get in here?
Is he good at what he does, or is he bad at what he does?
I'm wondering why he's not wearing it.
Maybe this is his thinking throne and that's his thinking crown. I have no idea about
Who among us does not have a thinking throne and a thinking crown? I mean,
Will all of you prepare to perhaps pull it off of me in a sudden manner?
Of course.
And I put it on my head.
I pull it. No.
Describe your death, Jordan.
no, describe their death. You find yourself hovering above the tomb, looking down on it. And you are spectral, and you can move.
I go towards the tomb and see if I can pass through a wall.
You do.
Do we see her moving?
No, she's...
Okay. She's
I
taking a nap. Lovely.
scoot through and dive into where I think Bargle might be.
Where do you think that is?
Within the waxing. And I try not to go through the chamber where the banshee is
We
because she
started in the
might be able
waxing
to see
rooms.
me. The waning rooms is what I meant. Thank you.
In the waning room is where... Well, one of the waning rooms
Yeah.
is where you do find Bargle. And he is sitting in a room full of candles. There's like a barrel next to where he's sitting, and he's got kind of a workshop table. He's got some like pressed flowers and things like that nearby. And he scoops out wax or tallow, you're not entirely sure, and pours it into like a mold. And you watch him for a few minutes and you realize that he's making candles.
Are they people candles?
Probably.
Well,
You said tallow and we're surrounded by bones.
as he empties the barrel, the black sand comes out of the corner and flows over it to deposit more tallow.
Did some of it come from her arms?
Maybe.
The one candle that's like...
Do I see an amulet on him?
Oh, yeah.
Like the ones that we've been trying
One
Mhm.
or two?
Just one.
Because we could be on the way to finding the other one that we haven't found yet. I creep forward and I try to touch the final amulet.
Okay.
Does he notice me?
Give me a boots check.
Boots. I roll this one. This one keeps rolling. Not what I want it to roll. That's a 10.
That's
That's
crown.
Wait. This is on my percentile. That's a 1, yeah. The crown, a key.
Okay. So, do you have an edge here that you think would work?
Let me check my magic items really fast.
Does hatred of Bargle count?
I don't think you got it. I feel like you don't have an edge that you can schmooze your way into on here.
Yeah, even mind
You should
control and stuff is really
You should have taken the soccer ball edge, and that way.
the onk.
Yeah.
Come on. This one would have had to be the Ankh.
Are these made of metal at all? Or are they made of like ceramic or
Ceramic.
okay?
Damn it. Why did you say that?
No, I
like to be fair in my ridiculous requests.
he grabs your hand, your insubstantial hand.
I want to make a note first, Rob, that I'm being in the most dramatic pose possible just in case he was able to see me.
Yeah!
So my like arm is up very exaggeratedly and I'm
Like Errol Flynn
Yes.
fencing.
Hello, Rebecca.
hello, Bargle.
And he yanks
Does her
Her-
body do anything?
her body, flies onto the ground and starts.
Oh, grab the sword! Quick! Go for the sword! You guys are such good party members.
And like, I can just see her face be like, yeah.
Squeak! Squeak!
Can we get that thing?
Can we
her
get it
head?
off her?
Hold on.
Hmm.
I knew you couldn't let me be happy.
Bargle, do you even know what happiness is?
Yes, it's whenever you're not around.
I'm sorry. I was doing just fine over there in the Raxelin kingdom, and you had to come and ruin my good gig. Do you know how long I climbed up that ladder to get that forging role as the vizier?
Yes, I do know. That was the same role that I wanted, but no, you had to get it because you're a girl.
I had to get it because I'm good at my job.
Really? Then how come you got exiled, huh?
Because you're a little snake, like you've always been.
Oh, sure, blame me for your incompetence.
I'm going to enjoy driving that scepter through your chest, and then you'll see what happiness truly is, reflected in my eyes.
Well, I'm going to enjoy outliving you and everyone who considers you a friend and a colleague.
That's all you've got.
Living well is the best revenge, Rebecca.
It's Rebecca!
And that's when... So go ahead and give me the... Yeah, you know what? Just pull it. And then you snap back.
Girl.
It's Rebecca! I just growled to
Like the
myself.
person who spells your name wrong in an email every single time.
Yes. Yes.
It is Rebeza. You are Rebeza.
Thank you, Auntie.
Welcome back. How's your face feel?
Hot.
It should. It should.
Get a bit of road rash.
She's like almost glowing with anger.
So,
He's wearing an amulet. He is in the waning rooms making tallow candles because he's ridiculous.
Anyone who wishes to either spend a star or give me a darkness can trigger a flashback to get the last remaining amulet.
I have some stars to
I have some stars to spend as well. Do you want to?
Sure, I will spend a star.
I have a very simple explanation. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Do you know what it is?
I have a guess.
What's your guess?
It was in another nostril.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I put it in my other pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to tell
But
anybody.
now it's pulling out of the shirt pocket.
And they all
And
kind
they're
of
both like the shirt's pulling in two different directions.
and they all start to clink together.
Hey, my shirt. Oh my God, I had another one.
Thank
It's
you.
very nice.
Very nice. Da.
It's great fortune. You picked two of them.
I don't understand.
That's all right. Every nose has two nostrils.
It does. I mean, most.
Man, on average.
On average. Two. So, Hardfog, you have one.
Yes.
Does that mean we have three?
Yeah, the fourth.
And there are
piece
four
is
total.
is around his neck.
Where did it come from?
What?
Never mind. Shall we?
Yes, I can't wait to get rid of him once and for
Is there
all.
anything we can do to prepare? Does he have any weaknesses that we might be able to draw upon in this room that we could take something with us, perhaps?
He's arrogant.
Perhaps he's allergic to one of these flowers? Throw it in his face.
Think he would put flowers that he's allergic to in his.
Maybe he
Making
needs them
himself
for
a
his
little bit?
alchemical shenanigans.
Is there a weakness? I don't know. I feel like they've been fighting for so long that actually she probably wouldn't know one of his weaknesses just because they are so guarded against each
Everything
other.
he does is a weakness.
Everything he done is annoying.
I'd like to think that we don't know it, but Jordan is picturing a very specific person as Bargle.
I don't have ill feelings towards anyone, Rob. I am a saint.
So, how are you going to get the amulet? Are you just going to battle, or are you going to try to be clever about it?
You could distract him
I am very good at that. That is true.
while the three of us get behind him and just take it.
All right.
Seems like he'd be angry enough to see you.
That is true.
Would he believe that you came in alone, though?
I'm hard-headed enough.
All right.
But he might be a little suspicious of how I was able to remove the circlet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that makes the plan worse. We can try it, and if he acts suspicious, one other of you can come up as my partner.
Well, since I'm terrible in a fight, darling, I could just present myself with you as this team.
Yes, and make sure you stick behind me. He has some nasty tricks up his sleeve.
No problem there.
Yes.
And we will sneak behind. If needs be, you can hit him upside the head while I steal it.
I will just present myself as a pile of laundry in the corner. He's got that all over the place.
We have a plan.
Okay. So let's do it.
Can we move from this room into the waiting rooms, or do we need to go out and then in?
To which room?
The room that
He was in.
he is in. We're in his like little space.
Oh yeah. Well, the room that he was in is a smaller room. You have to go through the pool room. Yeah.
I mean,
You could bust your way in, which could cause a great distraction.
especially if she's making a fuss as well.
Yes,
How about
actually.
if you guys stick a little bit behind so that I can distract her first? She might follow me into the room with him.
Mm-hmm.
And we will also, we can tell her we found him.
Aha!
I think, didn't she already know that he was in the...
She knew he was somewhere, but we were going to see him. We should bring her along.
Yes, you could say that he needs her right now.
Or would you like to surprise him with your presence since he loves you so much?
I think we can tell her that he needs her right now.
All right. Because he does.
He will.
Does. He will. Well,
He will.
that will also be bringing a banshee into the fight with us.
Well,
Well, I'm in.
she's going to be there to bring his mortal coil into the fold when he dies.
To shuffle it off.
She will weep and comb her hair. Let's do it.
Okay. So you're going. So who's going in? Who's staying back, and who's going into the main chamber?
I am gonna burst out and tell her that Bargle needs her right away.
And then the pair of you will take her in.
Yes.
Hardfarg and I will follow after the Banshee goes in.
After the
try
Banshee goes
and-
in, where?
With them.
To where?
The rooms that Bargle was in. So
Okay, the
into
candle area. Okay.
Yes.
And then we will try to sneak flank.
Okay. So barge your way into the main room.
I burst in, and before she has a chance to say anything, we must get to Bargle immediately. And I go over to that room without even pausing and push at those doors. If they are locked, I break those doors.
Okay.
open.
Give me a blades check.
All right. 9.
That's not a blades.
It's not, it's a bones.
Okay. Well, good news is you smash open the doors. The bad news is he's not there.
Ah! That dastardly devil!
And instead, he steps from behind one of the pillars in the main room. And is like, "Are you looking for me, Rebecca?"
Bargle.
Can we now step out into the shadows and skirt along the edges of the room where it was dark to try and get behind him?
Sure.
I'll do that sneak.
Yeah, give me some boots.
Boots.
In order
Will Agile help me with an advantage?
Yes.
to help them, can I heat up? This is probably a bad idea. Can I heat up the pool water so it starts to mist?
No.
Okay.
Because it is very specific.
That's fair. Okay, yeah.
I have succeeded both.
I got 3.
Okay, so you did not succeed?
You did succeed.
Okay, then you guys are dead. So then you get behind him. What are you doing in all of this?
I'm hiding behind her.
Okay, you're like, "Ah!"
I'm waiting for the proper moment.
She told me about your friends, Rebecca, and how they were very rude, and you all refused to drink with my baby.
You can hear my teeth grinding like stones against each other.
It all you needed to do was to drink her tears, get marched into the pit, and I'd be done. We would be immortal together, you and I. But no. She has to ruin things again. And you see Minerva start to Super Saiyan up again.
Can I sneak dash forward and grab the amulet off of Bargle and throw it towards Hardfarg, with whom I have left the other two amulets that were in my pockets?
Give me a
Boots. Precise?
Sure.
Succeeded.
Okay. He whirls to you just in time for her to basically run past and snatch the amulet off of his neck. And she chucks it in midair. Hardfarg holds up the rest of the amulet. They all click together.
By your powers combined!
And
Sailor Moon!
a beam of silvery light shoots out towards the old chapel door, and the arch into the room lights up with the same silvery light.
Do we think we need to get them through those arches then?
Or do we need to go through the arches?
Yeah, that is an interesting question, isn't it?
If this place is going to collapse around us.
Well, I mean, you're the one who had the conversation with the moon.
That's true. What else did the moon tell me?
Flashback!
Actually, you can either spend a darkness to have a flashback, or you can spend a star, and you tell me what you got to do.
I will spend a star.
So, do they have to go in, or you spent the star? You drive. What do you got to do here?
Well, actually, what we need to do would be we need to go through the arch. We need to get into the last. It is the only place of goodness in this entire hell cabin built of other people's suffering. And once we are within the light of Anya, the light of Saint Anya, will determine the fate of Bargle.
Okay. So I feel like that's a boots check from everybody to get in there.
Can I help?
Do we need to break the pillars in the middle of the room first to try to collapse this place?
That's a question for her. She spent the star. I'm just sitting here waiting for her to do my job for the next 10 minutes.
It is the power of Bargle that is in his pursuit to be the demi-lich that is holding this place up. And I think that will all come down, which is why we need to get into the temple. We must get into the temple, darling. It's all going to get very ugly very quickly.
Am I able to assist us on this roll to get advantage if I create illusions of us to make it harder for them to interfere with us? Or is this just a timing?
Well, the sooner you get into the temple, the sooner we can trigger the final cutscene.
Okay.
But I'm sure you don't. You're like, what advantage can I get? Or remember, you can spend. You still have unspent treasure that you can get.
I'll use a treasure. I'll use a treasure and take one of the mirrors that I pulled from the treasure room, and the edge glows with my magic as copies of us reflect across the room, going in different directions, reflecting our movements, making it very confusing.
You total recalled him. I love it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll yours with advantage. Everybody give me a boots roll.
Crown.
Well, you're like agile and flippy.
Yes.
And you're fine.
I
Did it.
succeeded.
I failed.
Even with your advantage.
I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Right on either side.
Oh, balls.
Ah, Bargle.
That's fine. I still have my staff.
He's going to come to you and gloat.
You make it through first. You make it through second. You make it through third. You are about to make it through when Bargle's icy hand grabs you and pulls you back from the doorway as the moonlight shoots up from the bottom. And you feel the rumble and the thunder and the crash as Saint Anya casts down her terrible power on the tomb of black sand. You can only hear and feel what happens to it as silvery moonlight pours through all the windows. It blinds you until the terrible noise stops. The shaking is over. And you can hear birds chirping. And you can see daylight pouring in through the stained glass windows. The tomb of black sand is no more. But nobody knows where Rebeza is.
I would like to say a prayer to Saint Anya that Rebeza found protection in her light and also was able to complete her vengeance.
And that is where we end our journey into the world of mazes. Did Rebeza survive? We'll never know. I shouldn't say we'll never know. Never say never. But we that would definitely be the follow-up adventure that we'd probably go on here, is maybe heading into the underworld to see where she ended up.
It would be the underworld.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think like maybe that's what, when you walk out, there's like poking out of the ground is the scepter.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cleared? Is it cleaned?
Yes.
This beautiful scepter of silver and gold swirl into just a beautiful clear amber stone at the top.
So thank you for following us on our journey through mazes. We hope that you enjoyed the story that we told. We hope that you check out Mazes from 9th Level Games. We'll be back next week with another journey into one of the many, many, many wonderful RPGs that are out there. So from all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players, we are...
Tawny P. Thompson.
Ethan Exit Anderson.
Jordan Fishburne.
Jenny Higgins.
And as always, our Lord of the Board...
Brad Davies.
From all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players, we just like to remind you to just repeat to yourself, it's only a game, and I should really just relax. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.